Good afternoon. Hey, y'all. Welcome to the Truth Now Talk Show on Hot 702.5 FM on this beautiful Saturday. I am Antonita Lachey.
And I'm your girl, Patrice Munsell. Happy Saturday, everyone.
Happy Saturday. Hey, sis. We have a hot show for you guys. Thanks for tuning in. We have the sensational Stokley of Mint Condition joining us today here on our live show. And we are truly excited about that, aren't we, sis?
Yes, I am so excited, sis, because guess what? This
Yeah.
evening, I am going to see a Prince tribute show this evening.
Oh,
Yes, a band. So, like,
yes.
I'm so excited to have Stokely on here because I know
And you
that
know what? Because he was a part of a Prince tour that they
tribute
were
band,
doing,
yes, it was
the
called
tribute
the
band.
Revolution. Yeah, the
Exactly.
Revolution band. Hi,
Exactly.
Lynn.
So,
Hi,
hi,
Barbara.
Lynn. Hey, Barbara. So, yeah, sis, but you know what? Just think about it. We really don't want to like engage and really hit his bio. We normally do that, but we're just going to do
Yes.
this a little snippets of what Stokely is about, his independent career, him being a band, and a lot of things I didn't know about him that we're going to touch on a little bit before he come up in the program.
I know.
He's an
Hi,
American
Treyway.
singer. So we're going to just go with it. He's an American singer. Stokley, he was born July 15, 1967, so that makes him 53. He's an American singer, record producer, and percussionist. Williams is his name. His full name is Stokley Williams. He is
Yeah.
best known as the lead singer and studio drummer of the band Mint Condition. Now, that's something I really didn't know that he was the drummer. Now, I know, and I've seen him in concert, but when I saw them in concert, he was just, he was the lead singer singing up front. So I've never saw him playing an instrument, and I want to talk to him about that. And so, he was with the group. He went on to do his own career, and he was featured in 2011 in Kelly Price's song "Not My Daddy." Part of, like you said, the Revolution tour that paid tribute to Prince. That was in 2017.
Right.
Then in 2019, he was signed to Jam and Lewis, reactivated Perspective Records to release his second solo album, Sankofa. And in March of
Mhm.
2020, he earned his first solo hit, which and I like that she is a friend of mine. That's on I don't know the
Yeah.
words, but
Yeah.
the
I
giving
remember the song.
the one on the adult R&B chart. So, he how can I say this? He's a wonderful artist. We love those. See, Sis and I, we love musicians, everyone. We love musicians.
Mhm.
We love bands. We love live music. And that's what, I felt when I first saw Mint Condition back in, I'll say 92 or 3 or 4 at the West. You remember the West thing in Chicago? The West,
Yes.
the South, what was it called? The Park West in
The Park
Chicago.
West.
They did that.
Yeah.
It was a Valentine's concert, and I saw them for the first time there. So I've been a big, huge fan of his. He's an excellent singer, of course, great musician, and that's what we like. So he's going to be coming up shortly.
Yeah, sis, I remember seeing him in Chicago too. I actually saw him at the Chicago Theater, and
Mhm.
I remember him getting behind the percussions and playing. I actually knew that he was
Oh,
was
yeah, and
was a
yeah.
musician's artist, if you will. And that's what I love about those bands that came out of that era, because they were not just artists, they were like artists slash musicians slash songwriters
Mhm.
slash producers,
Right, right,
and
right, right, right.
all over Minnesota has a great talent pool of artists and singers and musicians that came out of that era.
Mhm.
From the Revolution, Prince, and you have Jimmy
Jimmy
Jam, Terry
Jam.
Lewis, you have The Time, you have all those
Mhm.
different bands that came out of Minnesota. Great talent. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to talk to Stokely about the band and the start of Mid Condition and then him going solo. So yeah, very excited to see him back in the game, doing music and doing his thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, excited to have him as a guest.
Yeah, and his new songs, I've been listening to that now. I think 2020, no, maybe 2019,
Hmm.
his first album when he had Level. That song
Yeah,
was really, really big. It was streaming from that. Some other songs. Of course, that's always going to stick in the back of your mind. That song, the mint condition, Pretty Brown Eyes, that's always going to resonate
that's my
in
favorite.
our mind. It's a favorite, and you
That's my
can't get away
favorite.
from that. Yeah, it's a favorite. It's a fan. As a fan, it's a fan favorite, and you always hear it. It's like a song that never will die. It never
It's a
gets old.
classic. It's a classic.
It's a
That's one
classic.
that's one of those songs that's classic. I can even remember the video to that
Mm-hmm,
song and watching that
mm-hmm.
on Video Soul on BET and VH1 and MTV when they started playing a lot of African American music and just that time and that genre of
Mm-hmm.
music was actually when the videos actually matched the songs.
Match songs,
You know
exactly.
what I mean?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
because that was a love song. It was a very endearing song, and Pretty Brown Eyes was a term of endearment for a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful black woman that was on that video screen with beautiful black brown eyes, and that was the young lady that actually played on. I wasn't at Family Matters, and she died. She was the lead. She was the
Yeah.
lead in that video. I can't think of her
Mhm.
name right now, and yeah, it's so sad. She had an illness for a long time, and she passed away. But I remember her, that queen in that video, and I remember appreciating videos then. Hi, cousin Ada.
Mhm.
I remember videos and the songs matching and making sense to the record,
Right,
and
right.
seeing that in that era is when truly there was good music, good content,
Mm-hmm.
good lyrics,
Mm-hmm.
good, when they love songs, and like what's his name from Commodores, the lead singer. What's the lead singer from
Lionel
Lionel
Richie.
Richie? Lionel Richie said it best. The four-letter word LOVE. No matter how you
Love.
write it in songs, it will never go out of style. And
Mm-hmm.
that is so true. Yeah, so Pretty
That is
Brown
so
Eyes is
true.
definitely my favorite.
Pretty brown eyes, you
I
know.
know.
No. I had to get it in because that song been like ringing in my ear.
Yes,
You know.
I actually listened to Mint Condition last night because I
I,
wanted to get that feel back and to get in that mood for when I interview him, because
right.
it's so old school and it's so great. It was
It's
such a great
music. Yeah.
time when music
It's
was
music.
really, really music, if you will. So yeah, I'm
Hmm.
excited. I'm excited. I can't wait for him to get on.
Yeah, I'm excited. So what's going on in your neck of the woods, sis? What's happening with you this weekend? Because it is Saturday. It is beautiful here in Las Vegas. How is it there in Arizona?
The same. It's beautiful. And going to see this Prince tribute band, it's actually outside in a big, beautiful park.
Hmm.
So they're doing
Hmm.
the social distancing, they're doing the COVID testing and everything, where the tests come back in 15 minutes. So everybody that does not test negative does not get
They ain't
in.
gonna get it in.
Exactly. So I'm excited.
Mhm.
I'm excited.
Wow.
It's a beautiful day here in Arizona as well, too, sis.
Okay, that's a good thing.
Yes,
So as well,
Michelle Thomas. Thank you, Dominique. Hi, Trinita. Michelle Thomas from Family Matters. That was her name. That had the lead in
yes,
video in the Pretty
yes,
Brown Eyes video. Yeah.
yes.
So rest in peace to
Thank
that
you guys.
sister.
Isn't it good to always have listeners to kind of chime in and we can't catch us if we can't catch ourselves, sis?
I
Because
know. I
sometimes we
love
be,
that. Thank you, Brianna. Sister Star.
the real
All these people
we're
tuning
real time.
in.
And so
Yes,
yeah,
I
thank you
love it.
for tuning in. Again, we are awaiting the talented, multi-talented, successful singer, songwriter, producer, musician, Stokley. He's coming up shortly, and I know you guys are excited to hear from him. Sis, I wonder if he'll do a little
Little
singing
something,
for us.
something. But you know what, sis?
Oh,
I think that 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 song with Kelly Price, what didn't they make that a play? Wasn't that a didn't
that
they
was from
turn it
the movie. That was from the
oh, a
movie, I thought.
movie? Okay, I thought it was a stage play. Okay, maybe it was a movie. Okay, I knew it was something where he worked with Kelly Price on that. But God, he is such a talent. And like I said, I can't even speak highly
You like you
enough
almost
about
speechless, right? You almost
yeah,
speechless,
because
right?
I'm telling you, because those artists were not just artists, man. They were musicians, they were
Yeah,
producers, songwriters, arrangers,
right.
composers. Like they were well rounded in
Mm-hmm.
in music
In their
and
craft, yeah, in
engulfed
their
in it.
music.
Yes,
Yeah, in
yes,
their music. And we're excited to have that because, as we try to do on this show, we try to bring in artists and musicians, everybody we want to speak to. But because you and I both love music, our love for music, we tend to want to do those interviews because that's just what we love. That's what well, you're more performer than I am, but I'm a behind the scenes singer. And it's just exciting to have that. And, we can just talk and help promote their careers and yeah, he is musical excellence, Glenn. Yes,
and look,
he is. We are
Stokely got
truly
some
excited.
fans in the building, honey, and they are definitely shouting out. So thank you guys for tuning in with us on Hot 702.5 FM on the Truth Now talk show with your girl, Patrice Moncel.
And
We
Antonita Lachey.
Hey Brianna. Yeah, we excited, Brianna. We excited to have Stokely, to have such legendary
Greatness. We're
artists,
going to say
musicians
greatness.
in the
Sis. We're
building.
going to say greatness. We're going to say greatness for that aspect.
What because Mint Condition got they start in what, like in the
I say the
90s?
90s. Yeah, the
Yeah, I want
90s.
to say the band formed in the 90s. Uh
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because I think they released Mint Condition released their first I believe R&B album or solo, and it was a top 5.
Yeah, yeah.
Man,
But that was like
Grammy
you said.
nominated.
But that was during the
Yeah,
time you were stating that music, a lot of the bands and coming out of that Prince, he's from Minnesota. So, that
right.
whole Prince revolution thing, playing behind. And then to come from that, you're going to have to be a bad something,
You
something to
got
be a part of Prince.
Baby, you had to
Anything.
bring it. And listen, and sis, that was back in the day when bands were like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 members in a band. Like
Exactly.
that, because
Wow.
you got that full sound. And that's what I loved about big bands. You got that full sound of strings, you got horns, and
Yeah.
as a music lover and an artist myself, you have to have appreciation for all of that. And
Mm-hmm.
now we be lucky if we get a 4 or 5 piece band. I know that's how a lot of it had to get reduced down to in Vegas. They
Right.
reduced it down to 4 and 5 piece bands. So you can't have your string section, you can't have your horn section. And that kind of sucks because I miss that. And today,
Yes.
this evening, this Prince tribute band, the name of their band is the franchise band, and they are a 8 piece band. So I'm
Oh,
excited
wow.
that this
Sis.
is a
Are you
yes,
going to
this
go
is
live? Sis, are you going to
you
go
know what?
live? Because I want to
I
see that.
will. I'll go live.
Please
I'm
share
just
with us.
excited.
I know
Okay.
I would be excited too. So share
I
with
will
us. I
share.
would love to. I am
Yeah.
waiting to see
But
because
I'm
we need
old
to get back
school.
to yeah, we need to get back to some sense of normalcy, like you said, the going back out performing, going to these live concerts, going to these live events. Those are things I am looking forward to, sis. And it's coming up. We're trying to battle this COVID. We're trying to get through it the best way we know how. And I think successfully, we've been doing a little better than what we were mid 2020. We're coming out of it. Everybody's getting vaccinated. People are excited to get the ball rolling. A lot of
But this is my first live actual event, live
yeah.
concert that I'm going to, since the
Hmm.
pandemic. So I'm really excited about it. Hi, Allison. Yes, no
No school
school like
like no
old school.
school.
That's right.
Right.
Just
Exactly.
coming from that era, respectfully, I have so much respect for a lot of those artists, singers from back in that time. So it's gonna be excited to hear Stokley's humble beginnings of how he started out and how the band and everything got formed. Hi, Pamela. So yeah,
Hi,
I'm excited, sis.
Pam.
I'm
Hi, Alice.
excited.
Thank you guys for tuning in to the Truth Now Talk Show here on Hot 702.5. It looked like a lot of Stokely fans are out there, sis,
A
huh?
lot of Stokely fans, probably a lot of Stokely fans, a lot of Mint Condition fans, because
Nick
I was a
Condition
huge
fans.
fan of Mint Condition. Because being a part of and having my own band, you have
Hmm.
appreciation for live musicians, for live
Exactly.
bands, not the
Exactly.
fabrication. That's what I love. Up, somebody's in
Oh.
the building.
without
God,
further, without further ado, we have the multi-talented Stokely. How are you? Thanks for tuning in to
Hey,
the Truth.
hey,
How we are
hey.
excited ladies over here, excited queens, as I may say, because that's what we call ourselves over here. We are queens,
All right.
and we are happy to
Yes.
have you here in the
So
building
good.
here.
Yeah, so
Where
glad to be
are
here. Thank you
you?
for
Where
having me.
are you? Where
I'm
are
at home.
you?
I'm at home, St. Paul,
Okay.
Minneapolis area. Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
the Midwest.
yes.
Midwest girls.
Midwest,
We're
yeah.
Midwest girls. We're from
Oh yeah, where
Chicago.
from? All right,
South side.
Chi-Town. Chi-Town. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
well,
Yeah, we
King,
got
We,
listen,
yeah.
welcome, welcome,
mhm,
welcome. We are so honored to have
mhm.
you on the Truth Now talk show on Hot 702.5. We are such huge fans of yours. But before I get all googly eyed, like a true fan that I am of Stokely and Mint Condition, I just want to say that thank you so much for
Mhm.
uh, having a time and era, and we were talking about that before you got on, of where not only were artists true artists, but they were musicians, man. They were like, you guys were artists, musicians. Like, you did everything from play instruments to write, produce, compose, arrange, everything. And just the thought of live bands, that is
Right.
what I love. Just so freaking dope with the live band.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Right.
yeah, please
That's
please tell us about your humble beginnings with coming in and starting mid condition and coming from such a large platform of artists, musicians out of Minnesota. Please tell us about that.
well, as you may
Please.
already know, everything you mentioned came from what came before us, which is we wanted to be that because that's what we saw. All the groups, all the great groups of the 70s, all the big horn bands, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Ohio Players,
Yes,
Brass Construction,
Yeah.
even rock bands like Journey. It's like everybody there were bands then.
yeah,
That's what was happening. You know what I mean? So, um, and then with this whole Minneapolis revolution that came, no pun intended, but when
Mhm.
when the Prince and his revolution came through, we saw it firsthand. And a lot of people before him, we saw people, firsthand, that had record contracts and just seeing how they were operating, how they were running. And but by the time Prince got here, it was like, man, it's okay. This is a real situation. So the competition was heavy, and it's just like the passion was high, and it's like to want to do that. We saw that. It was like, man, you had to, in order to be it, you had to see it, and we seen it firsthand. We seen it on the grand stage before the whole Prince thing. When growing up with, of course, like the Jacksons, and all just wanting to be in the industry like that, or just being so turned on by it. So I mean, that's where it started. It started from just seeing bands like that, and we just honing our skills. Trying to be the best musician we could. We went to a high school, all this in Mint, where it was like a performing arts high school. It was a magnet high.
Okay.
So we met each other, and they had a recording studio. There was a recording class. One of the classes was to have learn how to record your music or play with other bands and record with them. And I was involved in that, and also Steel Pan. I met Homer Odell there, and we that's where everything got first clicked, you know. And yeah, so all these things were just these were this were I was developing a toolbox and didn't even know it, you know.
Wow.
And it came from, yeah, it came from all of that. So from the band and from the recording, and then later on, getting the deal and going to Flight Time. That was, being at Flight Time
Oh
Productions
my
was
God.
a bigger version of being at school. So had we not had
Right.
that information from high school, we would have been a little bit lost. We would have found our way, but it was just like it didn't take us that long because we all really were acclimated to that the way the studio works. So it kind of came from that. It stemmed from seeing, like I said, great bands of the '70s, and then seeing folks like Prince and other local artists make it, and just wanting to be that and do that. Yeah, so we just kept honing our skills and being there, rehearsing and rehearsing and rehearsing, and we were like a performance band. So it wasn't
Mm-hmm.
just about like you have the thing that we always heard is like, well, you want to be an artist or you want to be an entertainer. And we were kind of like straddling the fence on it. It's like, yeah, we want to be a serious musician, but we also know about, keeping a person's attention too. It's like we love the Jackie Wilsons and the even back in the day when I was
Mm-hmm.
younger and I was told about Sammy Davis Jr. And of course you've seen, Prince and Michael and then the showmanship that they had. It's like we're in the entertainment industry. So, trying to be that and hone your skills there as well. We were trying to do everything we could to keep the attention, play, sing, do choreography, and just have fun along the way. We were young and just had all that energy and that kind of vibe. So we just stuck and we just kept going. And so from that, on the shoulders I stand of that, I stand on the shoulders of men, and here I am doing the solo stuff, and still blessed enough to be doing it in the industry, and people still interested in what I'm doing, and I just gonna keep it moving. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it's unprecedented, the music that came out of Minneapolis, and
Mm,
all the talent that came out of there. I grew up in that era. I'm very old school R&B soul, so I know exactly what you're talking about. And
mm-hmm,
even the start
Yeah.
of going to the performing arts school and honing your craft and things of that nature, it's a lot of that that's missing now for the younger generation. The
yeah.
the era and the times that you grew up in, because we were talking before you came on about um the videos and how they match the songs, you know what I
Mm-hmm,
mean? And it made
mm-hmm,
sense
Mm-hmm.
to
mm-hmm.
the
Right.
consciousness of
Yeah.
what you were singing about, whether it
Right.
was a love song or a dance song.
Mm-hmm.
It made sense,
Yeah.
to us. And the music was so authentic, the content of the lyrics and things of that
Right.
Yes.
nature. And that man, that was the best of times of music.
Yes. Yes.
And
It
it's
was right.
it's so classic. It's
So
such,
Mm,
listen.
you know, it will
Yeah.
forever, because honestly, I wonder now, will some music that's out now stand the test of time of music that was
mm,
out then, that is
mm-hmm,
still, very much to the forefront now,
mm,
like you guys music and Prince music, and
mm.
like it makes me wonder about the content of that. What are your thoughts on the music industry and the music that's out today?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because I wanted the same thing. I talked to my kids. I'm like, these songs that come and go. I think it's the same but different. Like there were so many songs back when I was growing up that were kind of like one hit wonders. Everybody
Right.
was
Yeah.
kung fu fighting.
Right, exactly.
You never heard from a kid. I'm like, what? Where's that at? I'm like, kung fu. Why? You know what I mean? Where you
Right,
at, man?
But those
right,
So
songs, they
exactly.
that,
stuck in your head. They made sense.
but
They stuck in your head. That was something that you
right,
was like, it's
right,
it's timeless.
right,
It's timeless
right,
music.
right,
That
right, for sure.
just
But I
and
mean,
to touch on, yeah.
but the
And
thing
to touch
is,
on that, when
true.
you say,
Yeah, go ahead.
go ahead. Go,
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, it's all relative because it's like in our each generation, we think that this is the best music, and or that the generation before, back and it was horrible. You know what I mean? Each generation does that. It's like when there
Yeah.
was rock and roll. I'm sure the parents were like, "What is this? No, 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 no. What? Oh, no, no, no." When jazz came through, when it was like bebop music, like, "What is this
oh
Chinese music? I don't
wow.
understand it." You know what I mean? So
Exactly.
anything new is kind of like that. So I kind of have like the Miles Davis school of music. It's like he would always keep his ears open and realize that it's all just organized sounds trying to figure out everybody's trying to figure out their place, how to say what
Yeah.
they can in their generation, and whatever they look at the landscape and like, okay, this is what's happening right now. Everything's mostly computerized. It's coming from out the
Hmm.
box of a computer generated, and this is the stop. This is the sound. Trap has been in for a minute, and you got trap R&B. Everything is kind of cased in that whole thing, that whole kind of vibe, that genre. But there's a lot of different
Right.
things happening. I always tell people, they're like, man, R&B music is trash, and I'm like, you know what? I think those of us who grew up in the 80s, 90s, we received music in a certain way, and that was primarily on
Yeah.
radio, and you
Yes.
had
Right.
MTV, so that was the bulk of it, right? So if you're trying to receive that now, it's different.
Hmm.
It's too
Yes.
one dimensional. You're not going to
Yes.
get it there.
Right.
However, the fact that we have all these different portals within the internet, that kind of thing, it's a tool to be used. So there's a lot of amazing artists, a lot of new artists who are amazing. So if we just
Yes,
waiting,
it is.
I'm waiting for it to on rate, you're not going to hear it. You got to get out of, you got to switch your mindset.
Yep.
You're not going to have it. A lot of times speak to people my age and a little younger and sometimes a little older. I was like, you can't wait on that.
Hmm.
You have to go
Yeah.
get it
Yeah.
to receive it. So I mean, if you're trying to receive it, it's like, but there's a lot of amazing artists. But I don't know what's going to happen. I think it'll be the same but different. You'll get some things that will stick, some things that made sense for people that if you got kids and nieces and nephews, they're
Right.
back in your day, like what's going to be, stand the test of time. What's going to be considered
Right.
classic? Is it going to be,
Exactly.
I mean, Lil Wayne? I mean, is it a little baby? What is it going to be? You know what I mean? And it will. I
Uh,
mean, some of it will be because that's just the soundtrack to their lives. So, it'll
Right.
be
all
interesting.
right.
Yeah.
Do you have
So
any
I have
favorite
something
artists
so
out
great.
that are
I
now that
have,
you're working with?
I'm sorry.
Do you have any favorite artists now or artists out now that you think are good that you like?
Oh, there's a lot of artists that I love out there. I mean, her is one of them. She's a musician, and she's
Yes.
oh
she's
yeah, I
getting
love her. I love her.
she's just getting
She
started.
dope. She's
She's just
dope.
getting started.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
Yeah,
amazing
she
song.
the
I mean,
truth.
she's the truth, and she's going to
Yeah.
lead this generation. She's going to be one of the leaders of this generation. I believe. I really believe
Awesome.
that.
I think.
She's yeah.
All
But
right,
there's a lot
Stokely.
of
So I have
yeah.
something.
Hmm.
Yeah, I have something I want to touch on because you were talking about the old style music, and we want to touch on your new music. Although
Hmm.
you started from Mint Condition, you went on to become a successful solo artist, and I just wanted to ask, how is that? How did you transition from wanting to do your own thing, and now that you're this is your second album that you're promoting and out there touring, going
Yeah.
to be touring on? So we
Yeah.
want to really hear about the new music, what you got
Hmm.
up on the fire. Who is your future? Who you're working with on some of this music?
Well, this came up. You said, how did it come about? It came about. It took a long time, as y'all know, because it's one of those things where
Hmm.
I only did it when I wanted to do it, when I felt moved to do it, when I'm on my own soul clock, as I say. And because if you leave it to everybody else, people in the industry and fans, um, it's interesting because they always want you to do the opposite of what you're doing sometimes. So you say
Yeah.
Mint was together for so long. They kept asking, when are you gonna do something solo? When are you gonna do something? So now that I've done something solo, it's like, when are you gonna do something back with Mint? It's like, it's just, you have to do it on your own soul clock. You know what I mean? So you got to
Right.
really
Mhm.
have that anchor. And right now I'm just having a great time, and it's just discovering self and wanting to just in a new chapter of my life, and just it's been amazing. This new Sankofa CD, which is the title of it, which means to go back and get. It's a Ghanaian term, and to me that just reminds me of just remembering where and what you came from, what you came through,
Mm,
and a lot of genres. Genres of music I'm interested in, so I'm just really putting that on display, and whether it be, and it's really just all the branches of the music of black music, whether it be stemming from gospel or rock and roll or hip hop or
Mhm.
R&B, all of
love
it.
it.
There's so
Love it.
many
Love
genres
it.
that we've explored, and
Yeah.
we've taught the world how to sing,
Hmm.
how to dance, how to produce, how to play instruments, how to perform, all these different things. Our culture, we're the biggest export in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? So,
Absolutely. I mean, mid
yeah.
condition in
So,
and of
so
itself was
okay.
very diverse,
Yeah.
hip hop, jazz, dance,
Yeah,
funk,
Hmm.
R&B. You guys fuse all of
Yeah.
that together in
yeah,
your band.
Mhm.
So
yeah,
that's stuck and stayed, as I say. It's stuck and
yeah.
stayed. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So
Hmm.
Yeah.
that's what I love, and that's what I want to see back. Is that in your
Yeah,
music?
absolutely. I mean, I got everything from you're going to hear little tinges of like stuff from the 70s, the 80s,
Hmm.
which when you look at, say, for instance, if you look at a song like Cascade, that's got like definitely an 80s feel. When you listen to
Right.
something like Vibrant with Snoop Dogg, that's got like a 90s feel. I
All
missed that
right.
feeling.
Yeah.
I'm like, I
Yeah.
want to, so I
Yeah.
just did what I missed. You know what I mean? I just wanted to create what I wanted to see. So I wanted a skating song. I create that. I'm like, hey, Snoop Hop on this, boom, boom, boom. The bonfire. I'm like, hey, we got this kind of 80s feel. Some people were like, man, that feels like M2 or it feels like, Screams of
Mm,
Passion by so it's got that feel. I got something that feels like the stylistics, which is like from the
Uh-huh.
70s,
Oh
and
yes.
yeah, we
and
love the
and
stylistic.
forward thinking. So I've got stuff that feels like something you've never heard, which is future music, meaning
Mm.
Right.
not the artist. So I
Futuristic.
mean,
Yeah. That's
yeah. So I mean,
futuristic.
it's all in there. It's like Prego. It's
Mhm.
all in there. You know.
Right. Have you collaborated
All right.
with any other producers? Have you collaborated on your album? Who are some of the producers that you collaborated with?
Her is one of them. So she produced
Oh,
on the
dope.
song, and then yeah, and so she's on there, and a brother named S. Dot out of Vegas, and a really really talented. And that's about the only thing. Only two people. Other than that, it was me doing my thing, trying to spread my wings and paint, put a little paint where
Mhm.
there ain't. You know what I mean? So
Right.
yeah, that's what it's
All
been.
right. So
Awesome. Well,
Stokely,
Yeah.
we have some of our listeners out here asking, are there any love songs that's on this new album? And then another question to add to this. When we say genre, the music industry puts you in this category where we have rock and roll, where we have R&B, where we have gospel. Where do you put your music? Because it's a collaboration of everything. So what category of music is Stokely at this point in time in his career? Where do you place yourself?
When you
Is
ask an
it
artist
soul?
that it, when you ask an artist that it's like we're just painting. We just it's we whatever God gives me, I'm giving to y'all. You know what I mean? So it's like you can call it.
Mm,
It's all things. It really is to me. So I can't really pinpoint me down. Like maybe somebody else can, and they'll say, "Well, he's an R&B artist," that kind of thing. But if you listen to it and really dig deeper, it's a lot more than that. Because if you take one song, there's like
mhm.
I got something that's kind of got like a rock and roll energy to it. You can take that one song and you put a different artist on that, and it becomes a song that people really know, and it gains some traction. That person will be known for that, and they'll call them, well, that's a
Mhm.
rock and roll artist. But the fact that I do these
Right.
different things, they'll still call the army. So I understand it's branding and people, so I can't really put a pinpoint me down like that. For me, I think I leave that for y'all, and that just like however it fits inside you. If it's good, I'm great. That's a beautiful thing. So
right.
yeah.
Well, I was telling my partner that my radio partner
Well,
later on
chiming
this
in, and they're
evening
saying,
I'm going to see
yeah.
a Prince tribute band this evening
Mm,
out here. I'm in Arizona,
Mm,
and they're doing a
okay.
tribute to Prince band, so it's going to be interesting to see that.
Wow. Wow. Okay. All
yeah.
right. Let me
Yeah.
know how that go.
Yes,
All
Hmm.
for
right,
sure.
Stokely. Stokely.
Yes.
So we have some people that's chiming in and they're saying it's called gumbo genre, a masterpiece. So it's gumbo. You put all of this stuff in the pot
Yes.
and
Yes.
it makes the gumbo. So that's what I like that gumbo
Yeah.
genre. That's cool. That's cool.
Well,
That's what
that's
we
what
call it.
with mint. That's what we would call it. We would call it gumbo music. Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
the
Yeah.
gumbo music. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what
That's dope. So,
Yeah.
any plans to tour soon? I know with COVID and everything, but are there any plans to do anything?
Yes. God willing. There's lots of calls, but everybody puts things
mm,
on the docket on the book, and like we got to push it back or we have to cancel it. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff that's happening, but we'll see. And as time progresses, we'll know what this whole COVID situation and the vaccines and how people feel after we hear that it's okay to, we're just going to venture out little by little, and we're going to
Right.
trickle out. We good?
Right.
Is everybody good? How's it over there? You know what I mean? So It's gonna be a lot of that.
Yeah,
So it's gonna be a minute after we figure out, after they tell us, okay, it's cool, we're good. And we still gonna be trickling out
exactly.
little by little, but yeah, there's
Yeah,
stuff on the books, and I'm definitely ready, chomping at the bit to get out, and as we all are, just to get out
I know.
and
This is
live
my
some
first.
life.
This
Yeah.
is my first concert little thing I'm going to, and it's actually outside in a park, which I
Okay.
feel
So
more
since you
comfortable
said
Yeah.
doing
COVID,
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
What's that? I missed it.
I think she froze.
Oh, you from? Okay.
since you said
Yeah,
COVID shot, and
you're freezing up, sis.
I went to a cigar, and you know Ken, right? Says I know I don't know what's going on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, but you're going in and out. Oh, she fell
Now she
off.
gone.
But
Uh-oh.
yeah, she'll tune back in. But
Yeah.
Stokely, listen, your
Please.
2011 nomination, Grammy nomination for the play you did with Kelly Price called "Not My Daddy." You
Yeah.
know, good,
Yeah.
great work. I just
Thank
want to
you.
commend you on your work with that and say congratulations on that nomination. And I would
Mm.
love to see more of our old school artists like yourself. You know, getting. I love that you're getting back out there and you're getting in the game. I think that's a wonderful thing, and even working with the younger generation.
Hmm.
What's your opinion on that? Because they kind of piggying back off of some of the work and the things that you guys did, and for
Hmm.
you to say you worked with her shows a great appreciation as an artist musician of the art, right? Of it, to
Absolutely.
be able to be honored
Yeah.
to work with you.
That's what the newer generations are supposed to do. They're supposed to look back, study it, and perfect it and carry it further and then into the next generation. So that's how you continue a great legacy, and yeah, that's what they're supposed to do. I'm honored. I'm really happy that I'm able to connect with some of these artists that I love. That I mean, they're just doing it. So I mean, we're just gonna keep it moving like that and creating some great artistry, great artists, great music. You know.
I was telling my partner that she didn't even know that you played, and she
Hmm.
saw you at the Park West in Chicago.
Oh,
I
okay.
saw you.
Right.
I saw you at the Chicago Theater in Chicago, and I was like, and when
Wow.
I saw him, he was playing percussion, like he
Yeah.
was on, doing his thing, not just lead singing. I said, yeah,
Right.
multi-talented. So
Yeah.
we are so honored to have you, and please tell all of our tuners and listener inners and your fans that's on here, give them all of your social media handles so that they can follow you and continue to support you. And
Well.
my last question is, are Mint Condition gonna reunite and come out with an album and do something soon?
Maybe not soon, but that's something we'll see. What happens there.
Okay.
Everybody's off doing other things right now. Like I said, I'm doing
Oh
my
man.
second CD, so I feel like there's a lot that I have to say and do and all that kind of thing. So, but I've always said that I want it would be beautiful to come back and compare notes at some point. You know what I mean? And
Awesome. Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
we would
Yeah,
love that as your longtime fans. We would definitely love that. And your
yeah,
social media handles where your fans and
yes.
our
That's
listeners can follow you.
Stokley official. That's at Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And also if you, I'll be selling some merchandise pretty soon. If you go to Stokley, I'm sorry, the letter Stokley.com. We'll be doing, t-shirts, hats, hoodies, the whole nine. That's we're revamping that right now. And in the meantime, too, if you want to, I'm always pushing this too. There's a company who I'm working with called Symphony Chips. If you're a chip and you love chips, potato chips, you're
Yeah,
out of
I
Atlanta,
love
Yes.
chips.
amazing chips. They got the original flavor, it's real peppery, and then the other one is smoke. Feel like they've been smoking this chip in a doggone smoker for like 48 hours. It's
Oh,
crazy. And then
wow.
this will have a balsamic flavor
Maurice,
if you love
what
salt
the
vinegar.
heck?
Yeah. Yeah. So
Awesome.
yes,
Awesome.
Oh my gosh.
symphonychips.com. Go check them out. They're in some Targets regionally. And yes, yeah, go hit them up. Go hit them up. You know,
I'm gonna check them chips out, King. Thank
yes.
you. We are so honored to have
Yeah,
you. It was such a pleasure. I'm gonna see if my partner gonna have any last words or questions for you before
Yes.
we know you're busy
It's all
and
good.
have you sign off. So are you there,
I'm here.
sis?
Can you guys hear me? Because I have a little studio.
Yes.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, you're
Yes.
good.
All right. Stokely, I don't know. Since we can't play any of your music, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We can't. I hear it. Okay. We're gonna play it. What you say? We're not? Okay. All right. So can you do a little bit? And they always try to put artists on the spot. Can
Mm-hmm.
you do a little bit of She? Just a little
Yeah.
taste.
She gives me life when she looks in my eyes, and every time she smiles. And her look can be measured. Every day it gets better. Kinda like the finest of wine. If you could hear her talk, you wanna listen more. Just in the way she walks, you're the queen in her sweetest disposition that you make this. She gives sex a morning without a rhyme for reason. And all I am is because of her. Sing it with me. She is the
She,
queen of mine. She is the
she,
leader of mine. She's the
She,
leader of mine. And lips her rise, they drive me crazy. She be
she,
building me up, then be loving me
she,
down. She's a
she.
naughty girl, but she's such a freaking lady deep in. She's my girlfriend, my lover. She's my ocean. This lady answer my fruition. She be building me up, then be
she,
She,
loving me down. She's a naughty
she,
girl, but she's such a
she,
freaking lady.
she.
Yeah, something like that.
Hey, yes,
Hey, thank you.
yes.
That was so dope. Who
Thank you,
is she?
King.
Who is she?
She for me is my wife.
Oh,
She,
Oh,
that's
beautiful.
right, all day.
What
My anchor.
was that inspired? Did you write that inspired by your wife for your
Absolutely,
wife?
the feeling, absolutely the
Beautiful.
feeling, the
that's a
spirit of
beautiful
it, the
song.
soul.
That's a
Yeah,
dope
thank you,
song. I
That's a
love it.
dope song.
thank
Yeah,
you.
I love it. And you still
Thank you.
got the pipes. You still got the pipes.
Hey, it's by God's grace.
Well,
Absolutely.
I
Yes,
hope
yes.
that I get to personally come see you and meet you. I'm out
Right.
here in Arizona. I hope that I'll be there if you come to Nevada, to Vegas, or
Yeah.
Arizona. I would love
Okay.
to see you
Yeah.
have a residency in
Mm.
Las Vegas, because that's what a lot of
Gotcha.
the old school singers
Yeah.
are and bands are doing. They're getting residencies, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's what's up. So
That'd be
wherever you
amazing.
come, I
Yeah.
will be there.
We
I will
want
be
to
Okay.
there
we
for
want to
sure.
we want to continue to see you. And look, and thinking about you, I had to get my pre-band moment. Last night I went to a cigar bar here. It's
Mm.
the only African American cigar bar here. That's Sugar Daddy's last night. And they had the
Wow.
live band playing. And oh my God, the drummer. I said, get a drummer song. Get a drummer song. And you as a drummer, that's just that emotion, that adrenaline that's
That's
pumping
right.
when
That's
they
right.
get you
That's
and
right.
they doing their rounds and they like, come
Mm-hmm.
on with it, come on. You be on the edge, like, when is my turn coming? Because when my turn coming, lights, camera, action.
That's
And that's
right.
what you
Go.
get, right? Is that
That's right.
adrenaline?
Definitely.
Man,
I mean, that's an excitement. You get it. It's a conversation with the audience, with the listener, and because everybody, we all just rise into and keep rising and rising and rising and rising. It's the same thing as church, man. The preaching the congregation, you just preaching, you're going back. Yes, you with me? Yes, yes. You keep going higher and higher. It's that same concept, same feeling, that same spirit. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said though, I love back in that era because it was nothing to have a 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 piece band,
right.
because you're
That's
getting
right.
all the sounds, you're getting the strings,
The
percussion,
horns.
the
Yeah.
horn section, you
Mm-hmm.
getting all of that. This band I'm going to see is an 8 piece band, so I'm gonna see if
Wow.
they gonna do Prince and the Revolution and the
Some good.
Prince sound. I'm gonna see if they gonna do it
I
justice.
told you to go live, sis. Go live. I want
I'll
to
go
see
live.
that. Go
Yeah, I'm
live. I
Yeah.
want to
excited.
see that.
And we are so excited to have you, King. Thank you so very much.
Thank
Thank
you.
We
you
are
so much.
so honored. And
Yeah.
please come back. Please come back and do
Absolutely.
another interview, especially if you come to Vegas.
Yes,
Absolutely.
especially if you come to
Absolutely.
Vegas. Hopefully you'll be touring here. We'll love to have you here in Vegas. And when you do come to Vegas, Hot 702.5, the Truth Now Talk Show will be there
Mm.
backstage, whatever we need to do
Yes.
to
Yeah.
pump it, share it. I've been sharing your music on all my social media handles and
Yes.
on my Instagram and on our pages. I just love your music. Huge fan.
Yeah.
Thank you. Continue great music. It is needed. We love it. Keep doing Stokley. Keep
Yeah.
bringing that heat.
Please
Bring
keep
the
bringing
drummer
it.
Mm.
and get the drummer something. Get the drummer
That's
something.
the real. That, you know what? That's the real. No, Stokely, Mint Condition, those
Yes.
bands are the real. They the real deal, you guys. They're the real. I raised my son
Hmm.
on you guys' music, and now
Mm.
he appreciates that music because I grew up on the Al Greens and the
Oh
Gladys
yeah.
Knights and the, you know what I mean? I grew up on that, and so in the era where he was growing up was you guys. So he listened to
Mm.
you guys and
Wow.
Prince and Michael,
Wow.
and he's so appreciative of that now.
Mm. I love it.
Come
That's
on,
that.
So
everybody.
yes,
Come to
Thank you,
Vegas.
Mama, for that.
Everybody
Thank you.
saying they want to come to Vegas. Come to Vegas. Come to Vegas. Come to Vegas. Come to Vegas.
Absolutely. I'm ready. I'm
please
ready.
do.
We ready.
We
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 ready.
so glad and thank you again, King. We appreciate you
Thank you
so
so
much,
much.
and we wish
Yeah.
you so much continued success in
You
your
as well.
career. And
Yeah.
thank you, and please stay in touch with Hot 702.5 whenever you in town in Vegas. We coming at you. We're gonna support you
Yes.
continuously because
Yes.
we love you. We love you.
We love
Appreciate
you.
you. Thank you. Love
Peace.
you back.
Peace out,
Have peace.
King.
You
Thank
No
too.
you.
All
Have a
problem.
right,
All
Queen.
right,
wonderful
take care
Saturday.
All
now.
right. Peace. Be safe.
You
All
too.
right, sis.
All right, that was fine,
Sis.
sis.
Sis. That was
Man,
good.
come
And
on,
you know
sis.
what? Thank you
That
guys
was
for staying
Stokely,
tuned.
guys. Y'all don't even
Listen.
know.
Listen, no, seriously. We want to thank all of you listeners. And we see we have a
Yes.
whole Stokely fan club
Oh
in
my
our group
God,
right
that's
here.
wonderful.
And that's a nice thing. And they're like, oh, we all have to plan a trip to come to Vegas. Come to Vegas. We
Yes,
welcome you.
I'm telling
What
you.
happens here stays here. We want you to know that. That's our new slogan here in Vegas. What happens here, what happens here stays here. So it's not,
That's an old slogan, sis.
that is a new slogan.
No, it's old though.
I,
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
no, what happens here stays here.
Oh,
Not what
but
happens in
it's
it's not what
oh
happens in oh yeah, what happens here stays here. That's the new
right.
slogan.
Okay. Okay.
So we are excited. Oh my God, we was like on 100.
No, you listen. I hope he didn't think I was some crazy. Like I
I
love
mean, cause
Stokely.
I'm
Like
like, did I
no,
come
no, he
on
don't even have no idea how
yesterday? I'm
much
like,
I really love him.
sis, I felt like I was out. Like I'm like, where am I? I can't get in. I'm like, where am I? I can't get in. And then this technical glitch. Thank God for technology. We have a
Come on
backup
now,
plan.
Dominique gonna talk about now. Don't inspire them to come here. We full. We ain't talking about right now,
Living
Dominique. We talking about when it open up.
right. We want entertainment.
Shakisha. Oh, we know.
Oh,
We
thank
just
you.
got off.
They said they
Oh,
just got out.
Twit
So
live
he
with
told you
him
guys
this
to come in.
morning.
Thank you guys. Thank you, Kings. Thank you,
Yes, we
Queens.
appreciate it,
Thank you. We appreciate you guys. And if you
and
can't stay
thank you
tuned, we
again
have
to Stokely. Yes.
yes, we have a few minutes left in our segment, guys. We're going off in a few minutes, but truly, truly a musical talent, sis.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, and we appreciate you guys. Please share. Always tune in to Hot 702.5 FM. Check out all of our exciting personalities we have on this station, as well as the Truth Now Talk Show. You know, you may get inspired, maybe an artist that you may like, maybe a topic that you may like. We want you guys, we welcome you to come over here to our network over here, and we're excited. You're welcome, and we appreciated that interview. We thank you, thank
Yes.
Stokely
Thank
for
you, Lynn. Yes, absolutely.
coming to
Thank
us,
you,
and we
Shakisha.
appreciate it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's with even with the technically difficulty we was having,
Thank you, Miss Jessica.
Sid still stepped up to the plate and kept the thing rolling. You know, we have to. We're in real time. You know, we're in real time. We got to keep it moving. We got to keep it
Yeah.
going. But I'm on the edge, like, please don't mess this up.
Yeah, no, but those, those were questions that like I'm so glad I got to ask Stokely. Thank
Yeah.
you, Pamela. Yeah, those like it feels good to uh talk to someone that you grew up on their music.
Right.
You listen to them, you appreciate their music, you appreciate the artistry of it, and to
Right.
finally hear their point of view and get to ask them questions. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
thank you,
And even
Barbara.
with that, thank you,
Yeah.
Barbara. Thank you, Pam. Thank you, Dominique. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. We have just a few
Yes.
minutes left. We appreciate Stokely for checking in.
Thank you,
We are his
Kimberly
biggest fan.
Bailey.
I know I'm a big fan, sis. I know I'm a
I mean,
big fan. I was
sis,
lost for words.
listen, we're from the Midwest. We're from
Yeah, we're from
Chicago.
the
So we
Midwest.
had appreciation for Minnesota's music, and that genre of music
Yes.
came out. Thank you, Ada.
Thank
Thank you,
you,
cousin.
Etta.
So having appreciation and being raised back in that era when
Mhm.
music was had good context, like I said, good lyrics. You notice when I was saying that, thank you,
Yes.
Natasha, that Stokely was like,
Yes.
yeah, because it was like, you're welcome, thank you, Dominique. You know, it was like you guys have no idea what those times and music got us through.
Yes.
Brianna, shout out Chicago fam.
Shy
You know what I
Town
mean?
in the building.
They wrote the type of music and played and sung the type of music that got us through a lot of hard times
Right.
and sad times and the
Right.
fun times and
And
party
fun
times and
times.
just, yeah, we partied and off of that music, and when we were in love and got
Hmm.
heartbroken, and those type of music and that genre of music was time, were good for the times. They were good for the soul.
So we
You know
see
what I
the
mean?
Stokely fans are stoked. Aren't you?
What?
Are you
Yes.
guys stoked that your artist? I
Yes,
mean,
Kimberly,
we
you're
love
right.
him. So you're Stokely. So what do you guys call yourselves with this fan club of his? Is this the Stokely Stoke Crew, or what are you guys calling yourselves? Because it's just nice to see you guys over here,
Yes, it
tuning
really, really is.
tuning in to
Yeah,
our
Kimberly,
show.
Mint Condition was the band. I had so much appreciation for bands because that's all I've ever loved to
I
do
know, sis.
was go
I,
see live music and live
yeah.
live bands. I actually really didn't like going to
Oh
see
my
artists and they were
God.
singing behind tracks and things of that nature because I liked live music.
What does WWS stand for? Woke with Stoke. Okay, I thought it was Stoke something.
That's what
Woke
it
with
is.
Stoke. WWS fam. Good. I knew y'all were
Okay.
stoked about
Uh,
Stokely. I knew
okay.
that. I knew
Well,
that.
I'm stoked about Stokely.
I'm
Okay.
stoked about Stokely. All right, so as we leave you guys, and look, wait a minute, Dominique. He said, "You send me swinging.
Yes.
You send me swinging."
That was a dope
Oh
jam.
yeah, I forgot about that
That
song.
was
I
a
didn't
dope
forget about
jam.
it, but that was it. It was so many
Yeah.
songs. It was so
Yeah.
many songs.
I mean, my favorite, well, of course, was Pretty Brown Eyes,
Yeah,
and then I like Swinging. Swinging was like second for me. That was my
swinging,
second
not
favorite.
swinging. It's
Swanging,
swinging.
swanging.
You
Yes,
see me
yes,
swinging,
that was my
not swinging, sis.
second favorite. So, well, yeah, swanging because he sang it with a
Swang.
twang, with a twang.
Brianna laughing at us like it ain't swinging, it's
Swanging,
swanging. Okay,
swanging.
get it right.
Yes, got to put that
All right, we
swang, that
gone,
little
y'all.
tang
So
on
we
it.
thank you guys for tuning in to the Truth Now Talk Show here on Hot 702.5 FM with myself, Antonita Lachey.
And I'm your girl, Patrice Moncel. We thank you guys for hanging in there with us for this Stokley interview. Again, King Stokley, we thank you. We hope that we get to see you really, really soon. Continued success to you. We love you. And we want to say thank you to all our listeners out there on Hot 702.5. And thank you for listening in to the Truth Now radio talk
Yes.
show on Hot 702.5 on your FM dial. Bye.
Bye. Bye, Stokely. Bye, the WWS fam.
Yes, thank you.